This is the future.
Room cleaning, nuking, or whatever you call it, Warframe players just love when they genocide enemies in one single blow. That's the name of the game since most looter shooters are built towards killing trash mobs and special units. But Warframe is a bit different though. It seems like it's all trash mob in how easy the game is. But enough with the talk and let's get into the video. So I did say that I was going to do a Loki nuke video next, but instead, I would like to be in depth with this one. We all know that there are a couple of things you can use and play in the game that creates an awesome nuke combo. You can use Sarin with a spore build, a group and nuke setup, or even use weapons like the Kuvabrana to carpet bomb enemies. But there's one busted nuke combo that I can consider universal for all Warframes because of the Helminth system and the Zors available in the game right now. As you might recall, there is a Wisp and Eclipse combo right now that can deal massive damage. And when I say massive, this means 2 billion and probably the damage cap of the game. Eclipse becomes potent with the Exodia Contagion Arcane because it seems that the damage buff gets applied multiple times to the direct hit and explosion. The damage with Eclipse and when Exodia reaches its maximum range can deal about 1 million damage, or over 100 million against enemies that have no defense like armor and shield. And it gets higher when you add Breach Surge on the mix, which procs the stealth damage bonus. Hell, even staying out of sight from enemies will proc the stealth damage bonus, making it great for frames that have invisibility. That is why Loki is one of those frames that can do nuke combos with Exodia Contagion, and it can even apply to Warframes like Octavia, Ivara, Ashe, and even Wisp while she is on the air or she is using her second ability. And like I said earlier, it can also work with abilities that open up enemies to stealth damage. Some of these abilities are Excalibur's Radial Blind, Wisp's Breach Surge, and Equinox Rest and Rage when you are putting targets to sleep. Why even I need to learn this, squad leader? It's just another nuking combo. Well, it's the nuking combo that can deal millions of damage. Some of the nuking combos only deal 100,000 damage, and some are not a one-hit nuke combo like Sarin Spore. It's more of damage over time nuke but not Eclipse with Exodia Contagion. And mind you, this kind of combo can also be used by Mirage herself. She can take the full benefit of this combo since her Eclipse damage buff is way better than the Subsume version. And you can also put stealth bonus damage inflicting abilities like Radial Blind or Silence to her. In my case, I choose to have the Silence ability so that I won't recast it over and over again. The build is not the usual high power strength and high duration since we need some range for Silence to affect multiple enemies in a room. I tried to go with just stretch at first, but it's kind of better if you have a high range since the Exodia Contagion Zor's damage increases by a lot when the projectile travels 30 meters. The plan is to be at least more than 30 meters away from the enemy, carpet bombing them with the Exodia Contagion Zor. With this, we would need more than 30 meters range for our Mirage build so that they will be affected with Silence and prone to stealth damage bonus. Now I don't know if you notice that, but it's kind of hard getting the stealth damage bonus when you don't have the Savage Silence augment for Silence. Remember, the Silence ability only procs stealth damage bonus when enemies get affected by it and if you are out of their line of sight. In some missions like Survivals, you won't get that much time staying away from their line of sight. That is why it's better to have invisibility skills, or use the Savage Silence augment to down enemies for a couple of seconds and further disorient them. This is a good combo for Mirage, but you need to keep in mind on how much distance you need to take advantage of the stealth damage bonus from Silence, and the full damage of the Exodia Contagion Zor. However, the only thing that is lacking with this build is survivability. Like always, it's hard to keep Mirage alive in high-level missions even with strong survivability setup. You just can't rely on her illusions and damage reduction buff from Eclipse. In my case, I find the Sly Volfapilla handy for Mirage since it has an evasion buff and you can also equip the Martyr Symbiosis mod to help you survive. But with this kind of setup, still, Mirage is a glass cannon in my opinion. The only Helminth combo I was very happy with Mirage is with Gloom. I know you are kind of tired of hearing Gloom at this point, but it's the only Helminth ability that I was very pleased with while playing Mirage solo. Even with high power strength and duration, with low range. The ability combos well with Mirage, giving her the much needed survivability she deserves. By the way, you can always tweak the negative range with a decent range to take advantage of Gloom's crowd control with Mirage. There are other Gloom combos out there, but we are not here to talk about it. We are here for the Exodia Contagion Eclipse combo, so you know what further pushes the damage of the Exodia Contagion. Now, let's move on to what mods do affect it, what kind of Zor I'm using, and of course, the Loki build. The developer did nerf Exodia Contagion without most of the players noticing it. They did change the interaction wherein projectile inherits base critical chance, critical damage, and status chance stats from equipped Zor, and give it a fixed 20% critical chance and 2.0x critical multiplier. Gladly they reverted it, and now, the base stats of your Zor matter. So what stats should you focus? Well, based on experience, you won't be getting anything good from this arcane if you do a hybrid or pure status chance build. I find it better for this combo if you focus on critical chance, critical damage and damage itself. In terms of Zor composition, I decided to go with Vajit 2 Ruhang for the link, Korb for the grip, and Dokram for the strike. Yes, it's a scythe, and this Zor gives out the most critical chance and damage, which is perfect for the Exodia Contagion. Remember, critical and damage build is only meant for this combo. I did say earlier that Exodia Contagion now inherits the base stats of your Zor. If you choose to have a hybrid Zor, then you can also make a hybrid Exodia Contagion build. It's because not only do the basic dual status chance mods work with Exodia Contagion, but acolyte mods like Blood Rush and Weeping Wounds do work right now with this arcane. Blood Rush with a high critical chance or 12 times combo counter can inflict red crit explosion from Exodia Contagion, and having Weeping Wounds with a high status chance Zor will result in constant elemental proc, which is kind of interesting. Honestly, I'm tinkering on more build variety right now with the Exodia Contagion, but for now, let's focus on the Eclipse Nuke build. The build I'm using for my 2 billion damage Zor is a combination of 2 sacrificial mods, and a whole lot of damage. With sacrificial pressure, sacrificial steel, and this Riven with 138% critical chance in my build, I can increase the critical chance of my Zor to 164%, which results to yellow to orange crits per explosion. I did go with corrosive with this one, since Exodia Contagion has a guaranteed viral damage on its explosion, and because we want to have the highest damage with the help of primed Fever Strike, Spoiled Strike for more damage, Organ Shatter for more critical damage, and lastly, Corrupt Charge for more damage with the help of increased combo counter. In my case, I can have 3 times combo counter since I have an initial combo stat on my Riven. Take note that I can have constant orange crits with this build if I would use Helios Prime with its Deconstructor Prime weapon. Do remember that putting Gladiator mods in Deconstructor Prime will add more critical to your melee weapon. What if I don't have a Riven squad leader? Then you can always put Blood Rush on this slot to increase your critical chance. For the Loki build, it's all about high duration and putting all the power strength mods you can include in your build. Of course, you would also want to put primed sure-footed in your build to negate that pesky stagger effect from Exodia Contagion. Well, you don't need it as you will always be killing enemies in distance, but in my case, I use it also to kill those melee targets that are close to me. One good thing about Eclipse is it gives Exodia Contagion decent damage, that it can achieve hundreds of thousands of damage even if it doesn't reach the 30 meters range yet. This is a good combo that every Loki master race must try. Before I let you go, I would like to announce the winner of the Gara Prime Access giveaway. The name of the winner is displayed on your screen, and please check the email that you used to enter the giveaway, since I already sent the details on how to claim your prize. Congratulations to the winner, and thank you to all who have participated in this giveaway. Don't be sad if you didn't win, since we will be having more giveaways on this channel. Thank you all for your support, and I would like to also take this opportunity to thank all my old and new patrons. Thank you for supporting the channel, and to my community, thank you also for being there. Thanks for watching this video. Squad Leader signing off.
Evolution. This is the future.